Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we are playing 3 Life Club Clerics deck that I think is actually really competitive and really powerful here. Someone else played it up against me, got destroyed by it, and that's typically how I kind of start the idea of brewing my decks, and then I built my version of it, what I think is good in this deck, and it is kind of busted, actually. So I tested out a couple games. I think most of them weren't in ladder. I think I only threw one in ladder, so what's our statistics right now with it? Yeah, okay, I did. I'm not sure if it's counting everything, but you know, 2-1 so far with it, and it feels really solid from what I've seen with it so far. So we're gonna go ahead and show this deck off a little bit now. And yeah, so this is the deck. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to gain 3 life and do awesome things with it, and that works really well with Righteous Valkyrie, Veto, all that kind of stuff. So that's the basic overview here. So if you guys like my videos, make sure that you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to do a deep dive now into this. If you guys want to jump ahead in the video, links always down below for where gameplay is at and the timestamp. I can never think of that word every time I introduce that, but you know what? Now I got it. Anyway, so let's jump into 3 Life Club. So we want to gain life. How about that? And so All Seed Life's Bounty, Speaker of Heavens, perfect 1-drops to let us have the life gain. Speaker of Heavens is awesome, and All Seed Life's Bounty is just sometimes the better card for making sure that we have protection for the better things, Righteous Valkyrie and Veto. Where Speaker of Heavens we definitely want to have available to us and everything like that, but I feel like 2 of was kind of okay here because we have such a heavy 2-drop slot that I think it's fine. Light of Hope is the other 1-drop that comes into this deck that is super powerful, works really well with the whole gaining 3 life synergy. So we can have just a 1 mana, we gain 3 life. We get the triggers of either Griffin Airy, which for 2 mana at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, you create a 2/2 white Griffin creature token with flying. That can get pretty big if you have multiple of these and just gaining 3 life. You just get bigger creatures. If you have ways to give them like lifelink or whatever, you can end up doing some pretty cool stuff. Basically, what we're doing is instead of ways to give these 2/2s lifelinks, because you can do that with a couple of different cards. What we decided to do instead is go for Maul of Skyclaves to be able to give Speaker of Heavens, All Seed Life's Bounty, and Indulgent Patrician our lifelinking creatures, the 3 power that we need to make sure that we're gaining 3 life and hitting in for damage and doing that kind of stuff, or just use Luminarch Aspirant to get them up to 3 power eventually. So we have, you know, a few different ways to make that happen and get these creatures up to where they have enough power to hit in and get in for 3 points of damage, to gain 3 life, and then we start doing busted crazy things. That's what we want to do, busted crazy things, because you know that's good stuff to do, you know. And so that's the game plan. So basically a couple other things that come into the deck that aren't typically like in a Cleric's deck. This is kind of Cleric synergy where we have Speaker of Heavens. I do have where is he at? Skyclave Cleric and Luminarch Aspirant, which are also clerics. Skyclave Cleric just kind of it fits really well in any Righteous Valkyrie deck as a good land, because we have 22 lands. So this lets us get up to 26 lands. So we definitely are going to be hitting our land drops. We get Hogger Mauling and Skyclave Cleric as well, which just fit that spot. If we have a Righteous Valkyrie, then Skyclave Cleric comes in and gains us 5 life immediately. If we have Veto, it gains us 2 life, and we're at least getting there. So yeah, the 2 life is not quite the 3 life level, but its toughness lets us get up to the 3 life with Righteous Valkyrie. So it's definitely worth it. And sometimes we do just can hit in for 1 point of damage and get Skyclave Cleric, and getting that one last little bit of life gain is what we need to be able to trigger off Indulgent Patrician. I talked about this one as a busted card, and I just realized I haven't actually read it out. This is an older one, so maybe people aren't as used to it or haven't seen it in a while. This is one of those cards that is like, it's surprisingly powerful, but doesn't see as much play simply because it's a 3 mana 1/4. And flying lifelink, there's a lot of stats on this that are good, but it's just like, oh, okay, it's not quite there. Honestly, this card should go into stuff with like the big butts deck or whatever, into Huatli or whatever. It's good in general. But so 3 mana 1 for Vampire Noble with flying lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life. So it just does 3 direct damage to face anytime that we gain 3 life. And if we can give them all as Skyclaves on this, then we get a hit in, gain 3 life, deal 3 points of damage, and then deal 3 more points of damage. And that is kind of the busted thing that we can do here. It then becomes just really powerful, really awesome. And then that's what we're trying to do. So anyway, that's kind of the spot. Charming Prince comes in here instead of any clerics here because it can immediately just gain us 3 life if we need to. We can blink like a Righteous Valkyrie and have it enter the battlefield again to gain life with another Righteous Valkyrie. We can blink whatever else we need to, like a Skyclave Cleric, to be able to gain the extra life. That might just be better than using the the gain 3 life side of this. In the early game, Scrying 2 is fantastic. Helps curve out the deck a lot better. It just fits really well into this deck in general. So I'm a huge fan of Charming Prince. It helps us go find the pieces that we need. Lets us run a little bit more 2-drops because we get to scry and kind of get more value out of everything that we're playing. Lumeric Aspirant we've seen a lot of recently. It's a super powerful card. It's a cleric. It just fits really well with Righteous Valkyrie, with anything with life gain, because you make it bigger, it makes it better. That's good stuff. Heartless Act is a 2 of just because we want to destroy basically any creature, and sometimes we can't quite do that. There's a lot of indestructible things out there as well. And so instead of Glass Casket, I decided to go for Dire Tactics here because we do have a few humans. We have Charming Prince, Speaker of Heavens, and Lumeric Aspirant as our humans. And then is this cleric? Okay, the cleric isn't a human. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I think that's it. But that's all that we need really to make 2 of these. Still good. And even if you don't have a human, so it's 2 mana, instant speed, exile target creature. If you don't control a human, if you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. And so we can end up losing lots of life from it, but we also are gaining enough life that we're not that worried about it unless we're going down below the 27 mark, which would be bad. But ultimately, sometimes we just need to kill stuff, and that's good stuff. That's basically it. Veto comes in. Whenever we gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's huge. We can pay 5 to give stuff lifelink. This entering in with Righteous Valkyries on the board just is such a powerful play. If you have like a few of these 3-drops out in the same time, whoo, man, this deck goes off. That's what we're trying to do basically, is get out a few of our early game stuff to get some good value. And then if we can get chain together any of these 3-drops, or even the Mollusk Egg, any of those 4 on the board onto any of the creatures, life gets really good and it's really powerful and it's awesome. So that's it. Let's go and jump to the gameplay, see how this deck does for us, and yeah, wish me luck. Here we go. All right, up against Gamitachi, and we'll keep this. I like it. We will lead off with the Mauling. Pass the turn. I could lead off with the Airy and start getting life with Charming Prince, get out some bodies. Lumeric Aspirant is also pretty sweet. No, actually, I want to be gaining life with this, with Righteous Valkyrie. So let's go ahead and just get out the Griffin Airy, pass the turn. We can kill something with Dire Tactics if we need to. And it exiles as well. Okay, so it's based off their toughness. All right, Cleric. Oh, it's so good with Righteous Valkyrie. Do we just gain all the life? All right, if they have removal, this is awful. But otherwise, gain 5 life with Righteous Cleric is pretty sweet with Griffin Airy as well. All right, let's just go for it. We have Dire Tactics to help us if things get real bad. Nice. Thanks. We've done 2 things. Oh, they have one. I see what they're saying. That is nice. All right. Land, please. Not a land. Really wanted the Charming Prince to go off there. So, yeah, I think we still do this. Gain 5. Up to 24. They can pump this big enough to swing through Righteous Valkyrie on the next turn. We have Griffin to keep our life total high. Pass the turn. Charming Prince can bounce the Cleric, which is awesome. Speaker of the Heavens, okay. To 22. So I think we do try to keep our life total high. Yeah, that's big. Land. Yes. All right, land is awesome. Land is grand. All right, now we can get the human out, bounce the Cleric, Dire Tactics kill something. All right, Charming Prince. Unfortunately, so I can gain 3 life now, and we get the Griffin Airy right away. Bounce this and doesn't come in until afterwards. So actually, we just gained 3 life here. What do we want to kill the most? I can hit in for quite a bit of damage and keep the life total high. So I'm not as worried about the speaker. So let's Dire Tactics. Kill Righteous Valkyrie so we can swing in. We're getting another 4/4 Griffin at the end step. Yeah, that's right. No one plays this card anymore. I don't know why people don't play this card. It is so good. It's such a good card. Are we getting timed out because of the Dire Tactics? I mean, not everyone plays humans, so that's where you don't play it. And like Glass Casket, I understand, is a little bit better, but the fact that it is instant speed really does play a big role into its being better than Glass Casket. And the fact that it won't come back if they have artifact removal, which a lot of people do have that right now too. So yeah, it looks like we're getting timed out. Ha. All right, gets exiled. We swing in. Down to 14. Get a Griffin, pass the turn. Dude, this deck is sweet when it goes off. All right. I believe this is it. Okay, that doesn't actually skip immediately. Next time. All right, let's Maul is pretty fun too, but oh man, gaining more life sounds even better. Oh, this is brutal. And this becomes a 5/5 when it comes out next turn. That definitely gets us the 3 life. That's the cool thing with Righteous Valkyrie too, is that it gets everything up to 3 toughness to then keep getting more life with all these things, and it gets powerful. All right, opponent's timing is out. This is the game. Oh, not timing us out. Gain some life. Rude. They're gonna wait even longer. All right, finally they scoop up. Thank you, sir. Our against Roxix, only 1 white source, but we have Charming Prince to go dig for stuff or gain some life with Griffin Airy. We'll see how aggressive opponents can be playing here as well. Sometimes it might just be better to gain the 3 life. If we gain enough with Speaker of Heavens or like find a Light of Hope, something like that, then getting up to 27 mark as quick as possible, also pretty good. That's the other side of Speaker of the Heavens that we have here. Because we have 2 copies of Light of Hope, we can play out Speaker of Heavens on turn 1. It's really unlikely that we have it, but we could Speaker of Heavens twice on the next turn. We're up to 28, life, and boom, bam, we start making angels on turn 2. That's good stuff. Frostbite. All right. Sad day. Do I want to start getting out the Griffin Airy first? In this matchup, gaining life might be more useful, and we still get a 2/2 body out of it. And if I ever find ways to gain more life again, I think we're fine. So I'm actually going to go ahead and try throwing this out first. Scrying might be better, but now we have at least a decent curve. We'll try it out. Fervent Champion. Fireblade Charger. Down to 19. All right, Charming Prince. Yeah, let's just gain the 3 life. Wouldn't mind scrying into better stuff. But we at least have removal in the next turn. 2 2/2s is at least a board against this. Faceless Haven. All right, stomps before blocks. Swings in with Fireblade Charger. Oh, they just have all the removal. Cool. All right, I mean, that's good for you. Keep our life total a little bit higher there. We're definitely gonna thin out our deck here. All right, we have all lands right now. We have found 3 cards that are not lands so far in the top 10 cards of our deck. That's great. We'll probably kill a Fervent Champion before combat. It'd be nice to kill Bunker Shite instead, but I think we're just gonna have to hope that we get good top decks. And I'd rather stop 2 more points of damage here. 3 more points of damage. They're really deciding whether or not they want us to let us resolve this Fable Passage. Come back next time when opponents finally decided. Okay. Maybe they wait on purpose because you click right on your face where the decline button is. That's a bad place to have the decline button. I'm just saying. That's smart stuff right there. If you wait long enough, someone's going to say your go, and if you can time based off your opponent exactly when they're going to say your go, you don't let them say it. All right, kill this before they get attack in. Yeah, dead son. All right, come on. Something good. Something great. Rimrock Knight. Veto. Not sure about great or good, but it's a card. All right, the odds of them having even more of this stuff is pretty low. Not going for the Faceless Haven. I think that's... Is this Embercleave then? Oof. Yeah, it's probably Embercleave. All right, we'll block here. What a hand. If this is Embercleave, goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. 2 Frostbites, Fervent Champion, a Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, man. If only I could draw as well as other people do at times, you know? That's the ultimate dream. That right there. More land. We do get to survive an extra turn, so we'll try it out. Robber of the Rich. No cards in hand right now, so they are stealing something. Oh man, I really want to keep stuff on top of my library. 3, 7, 8. If I kill this, I end up taking the 2 anyway. I have to kind of hope that there's just something good off the top here. I'm going to go ahead and kill the like, we have 1 draw to have it be amazing here. And that's probably not going to happen anyway, but we're going to try for it. Down to 3. Oh, yay. Another, not just a land, a swamp. Good game, sir. Wow, that was awful. All right, up against Quick and keep this. Good hand. All seed with double Luminarch Aspirant. That gets the good old thumb up from Heffrey. From Jeff. Oh gosh. I almost called myself like a nickname that you guys don't know at all. And that would just be weird. Alright. Seems fairly similar to what we've got. But we get to gain life with ours, so, you know, that's better. Another Luminarch Aspirant. Fear me. Yeah, we'll go ahead and swing in. I want the damage. Down to 18. Turn this into a 4/4 next turn. Yes, please. We actually could make it even bigger with Light of Hope. All right. No blocks. You got us, sir. You certainly did that. Veto's also a little bit interesting. Not yet. Do I want to hold up the Light of Hope? I don't think I need to. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play out the Hagra Mauling and then have Veto with life gain as an option. Holding up the protection might have been worthwhile, but we'll see. Let's just gain as much life as we can. That lets us race a little bit better. It could... No, they have Self-a-Saver to keep it alive. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Maul at Skyclaves, please. That would be great. Down to 14, staying at 19. No life gain here. Swings with everything, really? Okay. Yeah, sure. That's great. Griffin Airy is actually kind of intriguing here. Just get more bodies to block with before the veto. We have lethal with veto, right? Okay, yeah, never mind. Let's do that. Let's do that one. All right, so yeah, so we get 6 damage here, which we get to deal. Yeah, with veto and the Light of Hope, we got a little bit over lethal. So good stuff there. As long as I didn't have something to flash in with 1 mana and white, I don't think there's any flash creatures, right? I would play that if there was. So yeah, no, there's not. Up against Dark Lost, and besides the slow land here, this hand is amazing. But the slow land is a big deal, especially on the draw. Up against Obosh, Dire Tactics becomes pretty decent. Life Gain becomes useful potentially. They're going to have lots of creatures in the other game though, so I'm not sure how much we do here. We're going to keep it and try it. I mean, Speaker of Heavens, if we can get it big enough, can beat lots and lots of things. It's a big if though. All right, they're also playing slow. Sweet. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's do this. Best draw here would be another white source. Ooh, with blue. Is this the turns deck? Is that on green? Yeah, okay, this is the team returns deck. This deck is terrifying. So that's an Alrund's Epiphany, most likely. I don't think they play Saw It Coming. I can't remember. All right, grab white mana. Hogger Mauling. That's a land that we can play. It's another black source, though. We actually might just want that for removal. I can go Charming Prince or just get the Lumeric Aspirant out. Let's scry 2. We really need to hit another white source here. If we can be playing 2 cards a turn, that's a very big deal for us. Veto. I think I'm looking for the Angels, if I can. Yeah, if we can play Speaker and Luminarch here, that's good stuff. All right, swing in first. Oh, I don't get the combat step now with this. But I might want to hold on to Dire Tactics anyway. Okay, Speaker of the Heavens. I could also still play out All-Seed and give protection. Let's hold up Dire Tactics. Reason Borrower. Cool. And I would love to have a counter spell here. Nope, in the wrong deck. Well then, let's go with... Should have played out the white source there, I think, again. Yeah, I should have played out 3 things. Aspirant. Speaker. We're kind of just hoping they don't have Storm's Wrath, which I think is the one that's the most scary. Counters that. Okay, it was a Saw It Coming. Stomps. Dude, this deck, so good. Eldraine in general is just the absolute worst. It's so bad. So good, I mean, but ugh. All right, well, let's go, just since we have the mana for it all right now, let's just go ahead and Bone Crush, get rid of him, play out the All-Seed, swing in for 2. We're at least keeping pressure on the board, but if they go land into Epiphany here, we're dead. If they go Goldspan Dragon into Epiphany on the next turn, also bad. No Goldspan Dragon. That's a good sign. All right, let's go ahead and get this out now. Counterspell would still be annoying. Swing in. Up to 19, getting super close to that mark, right? Yeah, okay, pass the turn. At least we have a decent card that we're holding up here for this. Great Henge. Bummer. Edgewall Innkeeper. Do I want to kill this before they can cast? Let's see, we actually know they don't have much of anything else here right now, right? I might still kill this just so I can hit in for the damage. I don't really have good blocks. I can hit much better things though, right? Sure. Light of Hope. All right, so 4 life, 5 life. So not quite enough. Giving this +2. Still not great. All right, swing, swing. Down to 7. Down to 9, actually, because of Great Henge. And we want to kill Goldspan Dragon more than anything else here. Yeah, it gives them a treasure right away, but we'll do it before they swing, so hopefully it's fine. There's the Epiphany. Yep, that's bad. That's not good. Very, very bad stuff. Okay, Prey Piercer to hand. Swing in. All right, so in this case, we just need to stop them from having as much damage, and hopefully we can slow them down enough. Maybe I should kill the Prey Piercer instead. But we're going to go ahead and just kill both these guys. Stop their engine this much. They get to draw a card with Prey Piercer right away. They don't get to hit for double damage, though. We're up to 21 on our life total. If we can keep our life total higher, we might have a small shot. They're going to hit land and Alrund's Epiphany again, though, right? That's just how it always goes. We have a shot. Okay, we can gain 3 life. I'm thinking I just need to scry, though, right? All right, swinging with Righteous Valkyrie. I guess we're technically keeping our life higher by not blocking. Can at least stop the birds. All right, no attacks. Charming Prince. We need really good cards. Let's just scry. Another Righteous Valkyrie is pretty awesome. Don't need another land. All right. We at least have a good draw off the top. We can protect our life total a little bit here. Gain 4 life, and then hopefully find something amazing off the top. Brazen Borrower. Yeah, that's annoying. That ain't great. Mammoth. Yeah. Yeah, this is where everything goes downhill. They just have so much interaction. Dude, I hate how good Adventure is. And it's not so much that I think that it shouldn't exist. I just want there to be other sets, like other synergies that are doing a same or similar thing, you know? Was that an Epiphany? Okay, we're done here. We are definitely done here. I kind of want there to, I really enjoy adventure. I think it's actually a great mechanic. It's crazy powerful, but I think it would be awesome to have more of it eventually. All right, up against Lone Star, 33, and we're going to keep this hand. This is, yeah, this looks pretty sweet. Half free lands. And like I said, this deck is kind of about stringing together our 3-drops in a good way. Limerick Aspirant works best with Indulgent Partition. I guess we don't need to run that out first now, do we? All right, let's go ahead and play out Plains, pass the turn. We might want to thin the deck out though, I guess, a little bit. We don't really want more than like 5 mana in this deck. It is nice to sometimes be able to play 2 3-drops if we run into that, but that's not typically the game plan with this deck. It's more of like get up to 5 mana and then just hit action from then on. That's a great hand. All right. Moonmark Aspirant. Counter there. Hopefully they have Heartless Axe and now they're crying inside. Cultivate. All right, Ultimatum. Man, it's amazing how slow you can be just being on the draw against this deck. Now we have Double Righteous Valkyrie. I guess we do that instead, right? Yeah. Now, I want to go for the gain 3 life though too. You know, we came to do this. We came to do something a little bit different. We're gonna do that instead. All right, so swing in, get this up to a 2/5. Next turn we attack in, put the counter here again. It does 6 points of damage. That is a lot of damage output, and we get to start gaining life. Life's good. Shadow's Verdict is what we're worried about. Cultivate. I mean, I'm also worried about Ultimatum. You know, I definitely don't like that one. Dude, this always feels so futile against this deck. It really does. It's just like, come on. They have everything. Every time. All right. So I'm going to hold up Heartless Act for the Vorinclex. I'm going to play out All Seed here just to give us protection just in case. I'm going to hold on to these guys for later. So go to combat, counter here, swing in for 5, gain 3 life. Deal 3 points of damage, down to 10. All right. We did what we needed to in the early game. What you got now, sir? Alrund's Epiphany. Just the Ultimatum right away. Cool. So we don't want to give them an extra turn because we are pretty much guaranteed they have another one here too. Valky, we can actually kind of deal with. There's not that much stuff in the graveyards right now that would be amazing for him to play. It would just kill the Patrician, which we do have protection from right now anyway. So Curibus is Sea God, however, worst thing in the world. But can we actually deal with that? We don't have all of our removal is targeted removal. So definitely don't want to give him an extra turn though. For the love. Gain control of target permanent. Okay. Sure. Have at it. You get an extra turn. We can technically kind of deal with an 8/8 just by being fast enough and getting enough life. These ones are going to be annoying. Okay, Kiora. How good is this hand? That's the question. Taps all of our stuff. Non-land permanents. Okay, good. And 10, 20 damage. Still not technically dead, although these extra 2. So we go down to 1. If they don't have anything better. I hate this deck so much right now. we're actually doing like good stuff. It's just, this is a matter of being on the draw versus being on the play. You know, like I really feel like we would have lethal here if we were on the play. Cool. All right, yeah, protection from blue. Behold the multiverse. We might have a small, very, very small chance. We'll see. I very much doubt it that we actually win from here, but we're at least going to be able to survive a few turns. Typically, it's just over by this point, and so the fact that we're still alive gives me like a small smidgen of hope. I know I shouldn't hope against Yorion. My bad. Is that the third epiphany? Bring Yorion to hand. Wolfwillow Haven. Okay. Could be Sot coming. Now they still have mana for a counterspell up. Okay, how aggressive do they attack in here? Okay, down to 3. I am going to fire off the Heartless Act just because we need to kill something. Something's got to die. Force them to have one less blocker. We're going to have a chump blocker out for Kraken, which we're going to keep Luminarch Aspirant for that. Oh, they don't untap, right. Righteous Valkyrie into Skyclave Cleric. Please don't have the Sot coming. They had everything. Come on. I was gonna say, don't say it ain't so. I will not go. All right, this was a pretty sweet hand too, though. I mean, like, we did have good stuff here. Could be Heartless Act. Well, we still get to gain some life. Counter onto... See, we've already seen one Heartless Act. More life gain for later, or do I dodge a Heartless Act? They could also have Shadow's Verdict that have an Extinction Event, which actually, yeah, okay, so we do put the counter there to dodge Heartless Act. I think that's the worst possible thing they could have. Well, the worst possible thing could be another ultimatum, and yeah, but at least with what's on board, we're surviving at the moment. How long do we not untap with this? They don't untap until their controller's next untap step. Has it been that long? Yeah, no blocks, good game. How many epiphanies did you find? Oh yeah, all of them. Good for you, sir. All right, up against Ren, and okay, we have it Diligent Patrician into Maul of Skyclaves, so we keep it. Skyclave Cleric lets us play something in the early game, so we like that. So yeah, this is a good hand. Keep it. Play lands past turn. This is high toughness as well, which does help us a smidge. Ooh. All right, Griffin Airy. Yeah, people haven't seen these cards in a while, and I love that. So fun. This is the mono green deck that's I've been seeing it around a lot lately. It's pretty dang good. sure some awful content creator promoted it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of those dudes. Dire Tactics looks like it might be nice though. All right, Dulging Partition. Wouldn't mind a land. With a land, we can play out a blocker, kill something. We'll still end up taking the 5 life, but if we can create a Griffin hidden for our 3rd life point and kill stuff and just slow them down a little bit more, I think I'd prefer that. Not a land. All right, so this does come out tapped. Getting a Griffin as a blocker is good enough, right? All right, let's just do this. This is what we came to do. Swing in, gain 3, down to 17, deal 3 more, get a Griffin. Yeah, okay, that's still good. I was forgetting about the extra abilities. I was just like, I'm forgetting all the extra abilities we've got here. And then the second Indulgent Partition gets us pretty close to just lethal, actually. So I think we just take damage. Let's see here. We have, if we hit land, we have Aspirant into Patrician. We get to hit for 4, 5, 6, and then deal 6 more. Not quite lethal. Close. We'd get him down to 2. So no blocks this time. Our life total is fine. Love Struck piece number 2. Big boy. We also have Dire Tactics. All right, so not a land, Luminarch Aspirant. Do I want to get out Speaker of the Heavens? We gain 4. No, I think we're just gonna go for Dire Tactics. So next, counter here. Getting out of range of the Blizzard Brawl as well is really important. Hit for 6. You put that counter on there, sir. Good for you. Up to 21. Get a Griffin. Yup. Oh, this is actually pretty dang good, right? Even if this dies, now we have 5 power here with Luminarch Aspirants. As long as we don't have to scramble to keep ourselves alive, we're fine. Sweet. All right, as I say, even if they have like Blizzard Brawl or double Blizzard Brawl, Primal Might, some way to fight there, we still had the answer with the Dire Tactics. So that feels good, man. Patrician's a fantastic card. I keep undervaluing it even as I'm playing it. It's still so good. All right, guys, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this deck. We ended up 5-4, so 55% win rate. The games that we lost, like, so on the draw, 75% win rate, or on the play on the win rate is really high. 40% win rate on the draw. I think that we could be closer to 50%, but people just had the bustedest of hands of all time against us today. And that's just, it's hard to win against that. In white and black, we don't have the perfect turnaround interaction cards. You know, like Dire Tactics is really nice, but we don't have Counterspell. Light of Hope I like because we can have some enchantment removal coming. Like we do have quite a few like modal good options that we can play, and there's just a lot of cool things we can do with this. But sometimes we just don't have the perfect hand. Then they do. But Patrician with Mollusk Claves is really good. Griffin Airy also really good. This deck is just really powerful. We got to see all the different sides of it. Righteous Valkyries going off and being massive, gaining a bunch of life and doing all the cool things. Speaker of Heaven's going off. Like every card did something, I think, in this deck in the video today. So I feel like we got what we wanted. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.